More and more and more cars. More on our roads than last year. And there'll be more next year. And the year after that, more and more cars will be built and more cars will be bought.
The invention of the automobile brought an explosion of growth in the United States. Entering a more modern society, people began to view automobiles as a necessity to daily American life rather than a luxury item.
It's a whole new way of life. Now I'm free to go anywhere, do anything, see anybody anytime I want to. It's only good common sense.
With the spike in automobiles on the road, a demand for more highways was needed. In order to build these new highways, lots of land needed to be cleared. It was inevitable that these highways had to go through certain neighborhoods. These neighborhoods, however, were almost always minority neighborhoods. This was no coincidence. These highways were specifically placed to displace minorities, even if building over these neighborhoods wasn't necessary. The majority of the American interstate system is rooted with institutional racism. President at the time, Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal included $4.9 billion in funding for new roads across America. The man Roosevelt looked to in order to execute his plan was named Robert Moses.
Robert Moses, New York City construction coordinator, is a world-famous highway planner, a man who knows his business.
Moses was previously New York's Park Commissioner and Secretary of State in the 1920s. He was tasked to create some of the first highways connecting parts of New York. Moses was recognized as a masterful architect and was heavily looked upon by other builders. Beyond Moses' public image, however, was a deeply flawed and racist human, decimating the lives of countless minority Americans. Robert Moses placed his highways on top of homes of the voiceless, leaving them with no choice but to comply. Moses has gone on record referring to African Americans as animals and showed no mercy to minority groups while destroying their neighborhood. During the mid-1950s, in the town of St. Paul, Minnesota, the construction of Interstate 94 went through Rondo Avenue, a main business district of a mainly African American neighborhood. Over 750 families and 125 businesses were displaced. Even today, the effects still have an impact on what remains of the neighborhood. Racism is represented in many different ways and forms. The next time you're driving down a highway, consider the potential lives that were destroyed for it to be there.